Hi everyone, how are you? So today we're going to talk about how much you need to save for a house if you are renting right now. So the bottom line answer is around 7% of the value of the home. So say for example you have an FHA loan, they're going to want 3.5%. If you use a conventional, they're going to want 3% or 3.5%. So concrete example, say you're going for a $100,000 home and you're using a conventional loan. So, a $100,000 home, you're going to need 3% for the conventional loan, which is $3,000 plus 3.5% closing costs, which is about 3,500. So, the 3,000 plus the 3,500, you're going to need about $6,500 for a $100,000 home. So, this $100,000 home, you can get into it for $6,500. So that's what you're looking at in terms of how much money you're going to need to actually get in. So this is for your first home. Again, it's around 3% for conventional loan. They also have 3.5%, and then the FHA is 3.5%, and then the closing cost is 3.5%. So again, $100,000 home, you can get in there for about 6,500. So those are the numbers that you're looking at. So just remember it's going to be around 7% of the total value of the home. So it depends on how much home you're getting. Are you getting a $100,000 home, a $200,000 home, $300,000 home? So just take 7% of whatever that value is. And that's what you're going to need to get into the home. So you hear this 20% down payment, but most people are not paying 20% down payment. They're paying this 3% plus the 3.5% closing costs, like I mentioned. So this is for the first home. Now, if you're looking to buy rental property, they're going to ask you for anywhere between 20% to 25% down payment. So it's different between your first home and when you go into a rental property. But even so, you still don't have to pay that 20%, 25% down. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a suggestion to that lender suggesting that you pay down a number differently than what they are telling you. So they're telling you 25%. So just suggest a different number. Remember that you don't have to do anything in this industry, especially if you're not comfortable with it. All right, so just keep those numbers in mind. Again, for your first home, you're going for a $100,000 home, you need $6,500. As far as the closing costs go, you can get your seller to pay some of that closing costs. It's very common. So it's something that the seller will expect anyway, that they're going to pay down some of the closing costs. So it's very common. Um, Also, for closing costs, you could also get down payment assistance. It doesn't hurt to apply for this down payment assistance. So, down payment assistance can also assist with closing costs. So, again, so you're the one that's paying the down payment, and then the seller is helping with some of those closing costs. So, just remember that that is very common, that the seller would help pay down the closing costs. So, um, don't forget to ask your seller that just in case they forget for some reason. So that would be going through your real estate agent. So your real estate agent would be the one telling the seller that you want the seller to pay down some of the closing costs. All right, so that is what you're looking at in terms of the amount of money that you need to save to get into your first home. versus getting into your first rental property. It is a good idea to have some reserves, um, just for safety reasons, 3 to 6 months of reserves, just for safety reasons. If something were to happen, like say furnace goes out in the middle of the winter. So 3 to 6 months of reserves is a good idea. Again, for first-time home buyers, if you go to the program called NACA, spelled NACA, they offer no down payment, no closing costs. They don't care what your credit is because they are genuinely there to help you get in your home. And they're genuine. All right. So I know it's a lot of con artists out here, but NACA is genuine and they are there to help you get into your home. So they don't care what your credit is. Also, they're going to give you a great interest rate because they are there to actually help you, believe it or not. So, say for example, back in the day when the interest rates were 4%. Okay, so the marketplace was paying 4% for interest rates. But if you went through NACA, they give you half of what the market is paying. So the market is paying 4%. So the NACA loan for you is going to be 2%. So, a lower interest rate means a lower monthly payment. So what NACA offers you is this lower interest rate, a lower monthly payment. So you can live in a very nice neighborhood and your monthly payment is less than all of the neighbors around you. This is what happens when you go through NACA. So the market is paying 4% interest rate. You went through NACA, you're paying 2%. So now you know the interest rate is not 4% and it's not 2%. It's closer to 6%, the high end of 6%. So the market's paying 6%. If you go to NACA, they're going to offer you a better interest rate, possibly around 3%. You can call them and ask them what their interest rate is. So that is what NACA offers you. No down payment, no closing costs. They don't care what your credit is, and they're going to give you a better interest rate than you can get from the market. All right, so those are some things that you can expect in terms of buying your first home. Remember, NACA is for first time home buyers, but they also help people who say you're not a first time home buyer, but for whatever reason, you have not had a home in 3 years. You have not owned a home and 3 years have gone by. So NACA also helps people who has not had a home in 3 years. So you can go to them as a first time home buyer, and you can also go to them as not owning a home for 3 years. All right. So those are some things to expect in terms of how much money to save to get into your first home. Uh, or if you're looking for a rental property, some things to expect in terms of acquiring rental property. So the 20% down payment, um, that 20% down payment is in order to avoid mortgage insurance. But like I said, majority of people are not putting 20% down, especially if it's your first home, it's going to be 3%, not 20%. When you get to the rental property, that's when they're going to be asking for the 20% or 25%. And then, like I said before, you can offer them what down payment you want to pay and see what they say. All right. But that is the larger down payment. The purpose of that is to avoid the mortgage insurance. All right. So if you like the channel, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you won't miss an episode. Also, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. And don't forget, before you leave, do you see this like button down here? I need you to press it. All right. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day.